Okay. Okay, folks. We're back. What is wrong here? My goodness, look at that. I got an alfalfa. Okay. Alright, you're gonna have to put up with the alfalfa. I'm sorry. Okay, listen, this is just a little heads up for all of my friends that didn't have the time to read some of the books that I've read. I've read over 5,000 books, from Gilgamesh to Shakespeare, Hemingway, John Grisham, de Tocqueville, Locke, Bacon, many books, including the Quran, and of course I haven't read the whole Bible, but let's just I got a script here, but let's just make this so like it's just me and you. We're sitting in a coffee shop. I'm waiting on the waitress. Of course, when she gets here, you tip her right away. You give her a $10 or $20 tip right away, and you don't have to be looking for a waitress. I always get a kick out of those people. Hey, over here. Anyways, the world is a mess. You're saying I'm a mess, but anyways, the world isn't a mess. I should go back to the script here. Here we go. We're being tested. Yeah, we're being tested in a very serious time in history. Beware of the sleeping giant. This is what the Japanese prohibition was at the beginning of the war. They said that the U.S. would be a sleeping giant, and they warned Germany of that. And but by the time it rolled around, it was a little too late. The sleeping giant had awoken. And today we find ourselves in a total mess here. It's painful to reflect on this Obama administration. After he beat Hillary, I was sure he was going to be the president. Okay, McCain was unelectable, but I was sure he was going to be the president, and I was hoping that he would be a good president, that he would be a very good president, that he would have the best interests of America taken out, repair some of the damages that were done, and restore a little bit more unity among people, especially in this country. The enmity against us in other countries has been building up for a long time. We really don't. We really can't do anything about that. We're the big boy on the block. We've supplied the world with everything that they have, with all the technologies and everything, and medical supplies, and we do it so benevolently that people just envy us and are jealous, and we're the perfect target for whatever ails anybody else in the world. But I don't believe that this presidency has done anything to evade that. And so, look back on the unions. Okay, that question is coming up now. We have the unions. They're fighting for their rights and everything. But in my opinion, unions they're needed, but they don't need to be more powerful than the average American. They are big lobbyists in Washington. They get what they want. Their pensions came when GM collapsed. Their pensions by edict was trumped by stockholders. Stockholders lost their shares in lieu of the union's pensions. So which shouldn't be right, because that's totally against contractual law, if you know anything about that. So anyways, he's done nothing to unite us, and I really did. I had hopes for him, as we all did, and it seems like things have gotten a little bit worse, and they're not getting any better. And like I say again, I'll say it again, beware the sleeping giant. Now, as far as like the Middle East is concerned, what a lot of people don't realize about the Muslim religion is they look at the West as a bunch of heathens. We, you know, we have you know, they don't want to see their daughters and wives prancing around on TV every time there's a camera around, you know, in their underwear, and that is very offensive to them. And you got to look at it from you know, Sharia law. Doesn't give equality of rights to women. They don't give any tolerance to homosexuality. They don't have a fair justice system, but it is their religion. I got to be very careful here, because I have read the Quran, and it is very much like the Torah, which is very much like the Bible. Matter of fact, both of them have derived from the Torah. So you see a lot of what's in the Torah, the Jewish Bible, in both the Christian Bible and the Quran. The Quran has a different twist to it. Not so much as far as the you know, the Christians. You know, there's people say, oh, there's killings in the Bible, and there's killings in here and that and this and that and that. But Christians, by and large, the most radical faction of them are against abortion. Okay, and other than that, the evangelical aspect, you know, doesn't apply to Torah, but the evangelical aspect applies both to Islam and Christianity. These two things they both share in common. The difference being is that the Christians have re-assimilated most of their beliefs to reflect more tolerance of other religions, much more tolerant of culturism, whereas the radicals of the Quran have not. They're totally different. It's okay, let me explain to you like this. When one of them go out and they say Allah Akbar and they shoot somebody and kill them, that's done in the name of Islam. That's done in the name of terrorism. The Quran is resplendent. It has beautiful sayings. It has beautiful. There's a lot of wisdom in it, just like the Bible and the Torah. And you know, there's some great things in there. But there also is a resplendent redundancy, on and on, to anyone that does not believe is an infidel and therefore deserves death. Not in all cases, not in strict Sharia law, yes, but intolerant, peaceful Muslim. Okay, when we talk about a peaceful Muslim, a peaceful Islam is offering you to be a Muslim. And if you reject that, then you must pay a tax to be a non-believer and live among them. If you refuse both of those, your option is death. Right now what we're witnessing is a recurrence. These mullahs and madrasas have been inculcating their people with radical Islam for at least 70 years that we know of. And so that's what's culminating now in the Middle East. And you must be aware of what's happening there. Those men in the street are peaceful Muslims, okay? Peaceful Muslims. And when I say peaceful Muslims, I mean that they are going to institute a Sharia law, which means women's rights are diminished greatly, and homosexuality is not tolerated. Any kind of depravities are not tolerated, and they look at us as one of the West. That's why they have declared war on the West, is because they look at us like we're the most depraved heathens on the face of the earth, and an affront to God himself. So when a Muslim asks you to be a Muslim, to join Islam, and you refuse, that is one of the greatest insults you can bestow upon a Muslim, rejecting his God, okay? And therefore that makes you an infidel and makes you worthy of death. And also in the Quran there's a recurrence of if your enemy is greater in numbers, if your enemy is more powerful, you kill them, death by 1,000 cuts. And this goes on and on and on throughout the Quran, and this is how they believe. And once you believe in this religion, once you stick to this religion, you can't retract. As we've seen around the world, any Muslim who they kill them. They go out and kill them, or they put prices on their heads to be killed. So I just want to caution you against, when you see there's people wanting to get rid of dictators and this and that in the Middle East, what exactly is in store? And of course the big fear is for Israel themselves. But after Israel falls, God forbid, the West is next. And these little attacks, that is for martyrdom. And if one can kill just 2 infidels, they are martyred. They are told that they're going to heaven with and they'll have everything that they need. I know you've heard all the other stories. I don't want to go into that. This might be something you want to share with your children. But if it's that informative, I'm just trying to make sense, help you make sense of what's going on in the world and what's going on in your own country. It's definitely about money. Take the banking crisis. Obama bailed out banks and financial institutions. Okay? Think about this. These people are in the business of managing money, and we had to give them money. What's wrong with this picture? The unions have a huge lobby in Washington. Today we have OSHA, we have child labor laws, we have regulations, we have standard 40-hour work weeks. These are all laws that are instituted. The unions did their job. They did a good job. They got things where we have safe workplaces, fair workplaces, the EEOC, okay, the equal opportunity, all that stuff was perpetuated by unions. The job is finished. Now unions have become